Did your dad teach you at first? Mm-hmm. And what were the first things he would teach you?
You know, I had some formal lessons with a guy named Carmen Carmonica, who is a really, really great jazz player in upstate New York. He recently passed away. So he would give me the chords, you know.
Yep.
I think was this a sixth?
Yeah.
You know, so like that was a big thing. Major sevens. You know, okay, so that was the fundamentals, and I was learning from the Mel Bay books. And you know, at the time, my father would buy me all these guitar books because he had the store. Reading Tom Wheeler's books, so I'm into the gear as much as I'm into the music. And then when my dad would teach me, you know, he would be like, "So what do you want to learn today?" So the very first electric song I ever learned was "Further On Up the Road." You know? Clapton's version,
yeah,
not Bobby Bland's. You know.
But Joe, even figuring out Eric Johnson style lines back in the 80s, before there were tab books that had it.
Yeah.
You had to have a great ear to do that. And all the stuff that you learned when you were a little kid, you had to learn basically by ear. Tab books didn't really start to the late 80s or so, but you were learning all this stuff by ear off a cassette.
or record.
Or
and
record.
You basically what you do is have a cassette deck. You play a phrase and then you do a quick rewind. It's horrible for the cassette, and it would normally start eating the cassette after about 6 pressings. But you would get it to where you could loop it and then just kind of see where these phrases were, and you would try different, you know, is it here? Like, where are they playing? It all kind of sounds different, you know?
Right.
And
which actually develops your style.
It really does, because, you know, like when you're listening to John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, you know, The Hideaway, I was like, I can't, like, well, like, that's kind of like, well, Freddie played it like that. But, and I was like, oh, up here. I was like, okay. When he hit that, that's when I go, okay, he's up a register, but on lower strings.
Right.
So it's higher on the fingerboard, but warmer in tone. And then I discovered that these things had these things. I was like, oh, these don't have to be all the way up all the time. So if you want to, you know,